Alright, I told you I was going to do freezer paper, but I decided to do my parchment first. So, decided to do my parchment first. Okay. Okay. Hi, hi. Okay. Parchment paper envelopes. I've done so many videos on this. It's sick, but that's what I'm doing right now, and it's kind of fun. So, okay. So I coffee stain paper on top of parchment in the oven, you know. So then I have all these awesome pieces of parchment that are coffee stained already. So then I say, what am I going to do with all this parchment? So then I know, I'm like, I know, envelopes, they're my favorite. so, never mind the mess. I've been working. So I take whatever I want my envelope to be made out of, in this case, sheet music. And I just zip with my sewing machine down the sides. I don't even do the middle, see? It's open. And I did it with all different kinds of stuff. I got a dictionary page, so I zip on the side, see? And I got a book page, I do it, so I just rip it, you know, to fit. And I like the jagged edges and stuff, you know, and all that. So I have a whole stack, you know, sitting here now that I did this too. And then I like assembly line, you know. So that's that. So here's one of them. And then I just get out a napkin, whatever one you got around, you know. I have some in my shop if you need them. But I didn't link my shop or my group or nothing. Sometimes I don't feel like doing all that, you know. I just want to do my dang video. But it's, you know, around Bygones Variety Shop and Junk Journal Junkies, etc. You know where to find me. It's linked in all my other videos. I just got lazy. So I like napkins with a lot of negative space so that my sheet music, you know, shows through and stuff. This one almost has too much. Let me just look. I don't know, but this one's pretty. Look at this one. But I don't know if it'll be good because it's so small. You know what I mean? This one might be good though because it's got a lot of negative space and some bees. You know. Or a pink stripe. Whatever you got around. Ooh, this is my favorite one with the birdies. My favorite napkin ever. I have to use it now. Alright, so we'll open it up. And then save these white insides for our next project with the freezer paper. Because we're going to use all these insides. So that's why I'm doing these first, because we're going to have a lot of white inserts, you know. This might even have two. It does. Alright, nice. It's got two on there. Alright, so then I crinkle it up. So coffee stain parchment just from doing papers. And then I coffee stain my sheet music and zip on the sides with my sewing machine. See? So there's like a pocket. And then I just scrunch up my napkin because I like the wrinkles. That's what gives it character to me. And I don't use any Mod Podge and all that sticky stuff. I just do kind of a dry decoupage. I use my glue stick and matte medium, and it dries nice and it's not sticky, and you can ink. You know what I mean? I love this one. So essentially when you're done, you're going to have a flap, right? Like this, and then a bottom. You know, obviously, if we're making an envelope, right? So you just have to decide how much flap you want hanging and all that. So I guess I'll do mine like this. So then you kind of know like what you're going to do with your napkin, you know, because I'm going to put a stamp here, so I really don't want a bunch of napkin right there. So I'll kind of slant it, you know. And then I just like a little bit on there. So this is where my stamp's gonna go. So I'm gonna kind of like, you know, figure it out what I want to do here. And I'm just gonna put the birds on and the clouds. So I'm just gonna rip it. All right, so, and I don't like that piece either, so I'm gonna rip it off. All right, so this will be the flap. So if I have a little piece of birdie hanging out on the flap, right? And then wrap it around, but see, that's upside down then. So I'm gonna rip it, because I want my birdies right side up, you know. So I'll just rip this piece too. There. And then I'll just put a cloud on this part or something, you know, some of this stuff. Alright, so I'm going to put this here, kind of wingy like this. And I just use glue stick, because I'm going to use matte medium. So this is just basically to hold it down, you know. And then I just pat, because I like the wrinkles. Because I'm going to ink next. And you can't do that when you got Mod Podge, you know. Mod Podge doesn't like ink, so. There. So to me, that's cool, and I'm just bending it over. I like it all raggy and the jagged edges all jagged. You know, I don't like anything perfectly cut, neat, and tidy and all that. I like to do grunge and make it all messed up. That's how I like it. Alright, so I'll do this on the flap. Just tap, tap, pat. Like this. Pat, pat. Hi, Dorothy. Hi. Oh, well. I'm glad you come to watch for a minute. I know I've done these 1,000 times, but I'm just sitting at home by myself, so I figured I would come on and hang out. Hang out with my YouTube friends for a minute. Right? Okay, there. And then I'm going to have these, you know, in my next sale. Everything I make is always for sale, you know me. Got to pay my bills. So this one's cute. And then I'll put like a little cloud piece on here. I'll go like this. Just on this side, you know, just a little bit. And rip this too. I don't want too much. There, and I'll just like put some here for when it goes down like this and you can see. Yes, that's cute. I'll send your box out tomorrow, Miss Dorothy. And then when I'm done, I go back with my sewing machine with straight stitch and sew right here. I mean, you can glue if you want to, but I don't know, parchment on parchment, if that glue is very good. I always just sew mine after I'm all done, you know. Pat, pat, so you keep the wrinkles. And then this is just the stuff that was in my sale on Sunday. I do those live sales. All this paper and parchment and stuff is what I was selling. So if you got some of it, then you'll know how to use some of it if you need ideas. Okay, so that's on. Love that. And then I'm going to ink now because I left the wrinkles. And I don't ink the whole thing. I don't know what my deal is. You do it how you want, how you like it. But I kind of just go on the edges. I don't know why. And I let it hang, you know, because it's going to rip and stuff. But to me, it makes it look more authentic. So I just go around the edge of the napkin, kind of. I don't know why, but that's just how I do it. Kind of get it all around, you know. And then I decide if I want to do the inside, you know, where the wrinkles are. But I make sure I get the edges first. And then also, I script stamp over this too in spots. So I am going to go over this a little bit. And it just picks up all the wrinkles, see? Cute. And then same on this. I'll go around the edge and then pick some of the wrinkles up. Nice. Okay, and then I'll get my script stamp out. Whatever kind. I have this huge one, but it's got cursive writing. So that's kind of fun. Hi, Carrie. Yes, ma'am. How are you? Okay, and then I'll script stamp, you know, just places. Like I want something right here, maybe on the napkin and right here. So I'll just go like this and then I just go like that. And so it kind of looks like a normal, like a natural thing happened there. Like I'm not trying to make it look like that, you know what I mean? And then I think I'll put a little bit more right here, just right here on the edge. There, so now it looks like something, you know, sat there or something. I could put a coffee ring maybe or something, you know, and get it looking real good. Now this would naturally be where the return address would go and the address and the stamp. So I'm going to do a little scripting up here just to make like a makeshift address of sorts like that. And I could maybe put a little down here, a little here, a little there, just to have some script on. And then, you know, whatever kind of stamp. I got a disaster right here, so it's kind of funny. But I know I have stamps here somewhere. But for now, like you can use your post stamps, you know. But where are my stamps? I know they're sitting right here in front of my face. But you can stamp, you know, put your stamp there, whatever. And then I like to do something. I want to smear something on here or put something on here or put gold edges or do something. I don't know if this is gold, if it's still wet. No, my dewdrops kind of dried out, I think. But I'm getting a little bit. I always like the gold edges because it makes it look, you know. And I haven't even put anything on here yet. Like, you don't even have to. Glue stick's fine. But I do have matte medium sitting here. And I have some gold paint, which I like to do kind of gold on the edges. If my glue is, or if my ink is dry, I mean. And my ink looks kind of dry, but anyway. So you can just leave it dry like this if you want. But I'll put a little matte medium on it for funsies. Hi, Novella. Because once you put the matte medium on, then you can see the sheet music through it. It kind of brings it out, you know what I'm saying? So I'll just put some on here. I got a mess because I've been working like a crazy person for the last like 3 weeks. Getting ready for my sale, you know, it was last Sunday. Oh my gosh. So my desk gets really messy because I was doing signatures and the covers and oh my gosh, tags and everything. I was going crazy. And then if I put everything away, well then I got to just take it right back out again. So, I don't know. I'm a messy crafter, I guess. See, now it pulls the sheet music through. See, when you put the matte medium on. I needed a bigger brush, but this is fine. And I don't even hit it everywhere, just like where it's lifting, or I don't know, where I want the sheet music to come through. This I'm going over top of the script stamp I did just because it looks cool. Whatever, you know. And then I think I do want to put some gold on here just for fun. Or some of my paste or wax or, you know, some kind of something. Just smear something on it. Whatever you got, just smear it on. I don't know what. I like my gilding polishes. I got a new one right now in a tube. I haven't ever gotten it in a tube before, so I don't know how I'm going to like it, but we'll see. Yeah, see, I like it because it makes the sheet music come through now, see? And then it dries flat. There's no stick and shine, and there's none of that business, you know? So, I kind of like it like this. Sometimes I leave the edges raggy, and sometimes I don't, you know? But whatever it is I do, I like to make it so that it looks junky. Like it was an accident, you know, like a real accident. So distressing is my favorite because then I get to make it look old, you know. And that's what the fun part about it is to me, is making it look cool, you know. Ooh, I love that. Okay, and then I was thinking of doing the gold, like gold paint or something. I was gonna do for my sale gold edges on just coffee stained paper, you know, but I just ran out of time. But I keep thinking about it and keep wanting to do it, so maybe that's why I'm doing this right now, because I've been wanting to do gold edges for so long. I don't know. Is it going to hurt in the matte medium with the gold paint? I don't know. Is it? Oh, shoot. Otherwise, I'll just smear it around. You know, there's nothing wrong with smearing. Plus, like I say, I always like it to make like it's an accident, you know. Or something, you know, got spilled or, you know, something like that. And then I know it's going to be folded right here, so I'm going to do some on the folded edge, right? And then once this dries, you just fold it how you want, and then I take it back to the sewing machine and sew right here, you know, to hold the envelope shut. And then you got this nice big envelope. But I did some smaller things. I did dictionary here, and I have some book pages too, so you can have smaller ones, because this is huge, you know, like for a journal page, it's full page by itself. So anyway, I like these. So that's fun. So here's my other one then. So I get my parchment and whatever I want to use. So here's my sheet music. This one's just book pages. This one's dictionary. See, so I just rip all mine so that I get the jagged edge, and then sew, and then decoupage on top and figure out how I want to do it, you know. So this one will just go like this. I always like to make bigger flaps, because then when you decorate them, it like holds itself down. So there. So then I'll decoupage just like I did on that one, and then come back and sew right here when I'm done. You can also dribble alcohol ink on this too, and it would look good, you know, like for the inside if you want to. Or, you know, stencil on or whatever. You know, it's kind of fun. I've done these lots of times before. Hi, miss. You did a couple? Well, you know, I just did all that coffee stained paper, so now I have a bunch of the parchment. And if you got some of the parchment in your order, then this is what we can do with it. So I just rip and put this on, sew it on, and then do my decoupage. And then the inside of my napkins now I'm going to save because I got freezer paper coming up next. Maybe tomorrow or, you know, after I get these done. And we'll use the inside part for some handmade paper and I don't know what else yet, but something. I seen a couple. I remember watching the girls, you know, the YouTube girls a couple years ago doing freezer paper this and freezer paper that, and I have a whole roll. And it's just sitting there, and I keep thinking, what the heck am I going to do with it? So I got on YouTube today, and I was watching, you know, a couple different girls and what they were doing, a couple different things, and I was like, all right, so now that I know what that is, I can grungify it. Everybody's all perfect and no rips and no wrinkles and everything. I'm just like, oh God, we need a junky version. We need a junky version, so I'm gonna do it for funsies this week sometime after I get these done. We're gonna junkify some freezer paper. Well, you got the pink ones? Oh, nice. Hi, Melissa. We're just hanging out today. I'm showing you guys how to use some of that papers you guys got from me. So I'm using dictionary pages and book pages and all the same stuff that I sold in my sale, you know, on Sunday. And then the parchment paper. And then I'm just laying it on there and sewing right here. And I just rip to size and then fold it up and make envelopes. And now we're going to decoupage them. And of course these will be in my next sale, I imagine. Some of them, unless I use them in my journals, but right now I'm just doing sale stuff because it's fun. I like making all the journal stuff. I don't care what it is. I think it's fun, you know. All of it's fun. The collecting and the hoarding and the swapping and the all the stuff, you know. The shopping and oh my goodness. All of it's fun, you know. The only thing I don't like is storing it all. So I was thinking, after I get done with these, we're going to do fabric stuff because I have so many linens. I was thinking about having a linen sale. I know it's 'tis the season right now for garage sales and stuff. You guys can probably get your own, but I have a lot of people that watch me that can't get out and shop. You know what I mean? Disabled and elderly and stuff. So they kind of rely on me to do their shopping for them. So I might do a linen sale because I have such good stuff and I'm just overloaded because I hate selling it. I like buying it and keeping it and working with it, but when it comes to selling it, I get real upset about it. But my stash gets so big that eventually I have to do it. So I have so much stuff. So I was thinking I was going to make some stuff and then show you guys what I'm making with it and then have some, you know. All right, so glue stick. And then I just go around the edges first to make sure, I don't know, I just like the way it looks. And then you can go on top and get the wrinkles. I like to do that. But I like to do the edges first, make sure I get it. And then you can stencil over this something. I script stamp or stencil, you know, whatever. Just smear something on it, something else to give it some texture of some kind, you know. That's how I do it anyways. I leave everything jagged and messed up because otherwise it looks like you're trying. And I like mine to look like an accident. So that's what I'm doing there. So that's just glue stick so far, right? Glue stick and ink. Okay, then my script stamp. Again, if I can find my, here it is. Or you could stencil right now if you wanted to stencil instead. Something, you know. Oh, I have script on the back already. I guess that's okay. So this is going to be where my stamp is going to be. So I want to script a little here and a little there, you know, just a little bit. So I just let mine sit on the table flat and press on where I want it to go. There, and then I'll put my stamp right here and we'll put matte medium over that. I might put a little bit right here. Just kind of right here, you know, a little bit. And that's probably good enough. I might put some here maybe. There. Nice, like that. Nice. And then I was smearing on the gold paint just around, just to give it another something, because distressing is really fun. My favorite part. And I just smeared around, or you could use, I like to use my waxes you can put on, or that glitter stuff that I use, you know, the glitter paste with the stencils, you know, whatever you want to do. But I love the gold, you know, that looks good to me. And then my matte medium. And you don't even have to, it's fine just like this, but it really pulls up the whatever's behind here, the text, when you put the matte medium on the top. And then it's really neat once it's inked, because, you know, then it pulls the ink out, you know, too. So I don't know, I just like it. And I like doing it over top of the script stamp. I don't know, but it's neat. Yep. Hi, Andrea. Did any of you guys get your boxes yet? Maybe not, huh? I just sent them out yesterday and today, I guess. So I'm getting ready here. We're using all the papers you guys got from me. So we've got dictionary page down here and napkins. I have napkins in the shop if anybody needs any. And then we're just messing around. I'm going to make a bunch of these for my next sale, of course. So I have to show you guys how to do it in case you want to make your own for funsies. Yeah. So, and then this, I do the edges just so that they don't keep lifting. Sometimes I leave it though. Just depends how junky you want to make it, you know. So, it's kind of fun. Should I close up? Do you guys want to see close? Oh, okay. Not quite yet, huh, Andrea? I know, it's just a few days, but it's fun, you know. And I got new stickers and new bags, so it's cute. I've had roses for years, which I still do. Roses for my bags, you know. But after COVID, everything's changing. Things are hard to get, or they change the prices, or, you know, whatever goes on, you know. So I got a couple other ones this time, some thank you ones and some new tissue paper, and so it's kind of fun on some of them. Some of the smaller orders get it, but the big ones I usually put in boxes. So some of you get boxes and some of you get bags. But that's kind of fun too. There, this is cute. And I like the gold. And I do like the gold edges, but I could still put more schmutz on top of some kind, you know. Like that glitter paste, you know. I always like that glitter paste. But dang, that's like $14 a thing now. It's kind of expensive. Can you see? So then after this dries, I'll fold it, put my stamp on it, and then sew right here, you know. Straight stitch on my sewing machine. Nice. That's my favorite napkin ever. The birdies, they're so cute. Okay, and then this one's even smaller. It's just a book page that I zip on my sewing machine. This was all in my sale, like I said. So now we just have to figure out how big of a pocket we want. I always make my flap bigger because if I decorate it, then it holds itself down. So I always like a big flap. Like that. Then you can kind of see how your envelope's going to be. Oops, now I got gold everywhere. And here's where I'll sew when I'm done. It's alright, we'll just smear it on. That's the rest of the gold paint I had. That looks fine. Okay, and then just any napkin. I like napkin with lots of negative space. A lot of white space. Like this is almost too much for me, but I don't know. We'll see. What do I got here? Where's my bin? There it is. I'm so mad because when I moved, I lost some boxes. They said delivered, but I had a burglary. I saved all my most pretty napkins and none of them are here. So I lost all my whole stash. So I'm really bummed because, you know, through the years you get some really beautiful ones. See, I don't use these kind. I don't use this kind. I don't use this kind. I don't use, you know, like I don't understand when we do napkin swaps what people are going to do with these kind. I throw them away. I don't want these. You know what I mean? Like, what kind of decoupage y'all doing? I don't know, but I'm not putting that kind of junk on mine. So, hi, Ramonda. I know, my girl, my girl. I know. Ramonda, where is my stuff? I have my rings you got me sitting here because I was going to wear them, and then I forgot, but I got such a mess now. Ramonda sent me rings, and I have a whole pile of stuff here right now. I can't even see. I can't even see because my piles are so high. And I have no nails now because it's garden season and dyeing season, so I can't have nails when I'm dyeing and gardening. So, alright, so my book page is the smallest one, so I feel like I can use this little napkin, and it's got hydrangeas and roses on it. So that's gorge. Nice, good, I'm glad. We're just doing my same old envelopes that I do, but I love these, and I use them all the time, and you guys like to do them too, so I was bored. I figured I would come on and see what you guys are doing today, because, you know, now I gotta make stuff, so that's when I get to do my videos, when I just sit at my desk for fun, you know, and make stuff, you know. How's this gonna look now? Because see, if I do it like this, it's gonna fold here. I guess that'll be good, and fold here. Alright, I guess that's okay. But I do like my edges to be ripped, but I don't know. We'll just kind of do that a little bit. And then I wrinkle mine up because I like the wrinkles. You know? I know a lot of people, and I was watching videos today, they didn't want any wrinkles, and they were ironing and all this crap. I'm like, no, no. No ironing. How are you going to ink now? So anyway, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm always yelling at the screen, not like that. But everybody has their own way, so it's fun. That's why it's fun to go watch everybody, you know. But I always like grunge. Even though I do a lot of pink and stuff, I still make it grungy. You know what I mean? And then just pat, 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 because I like the wrinkles. I don't want to smooth them out too much, because that's what gives you the depth, you know, when you get your ink on then. Okay. Nice. I usually rip my edge right here, but this is so small and it's going to be folded that I think it'll be okay. So then I ink my edge. I just do the edges first. I don't know why, but I just do. This needs a little more glue. But not a lot, because I'm going to put the matte medium over it. So first I do the edges, and then I go on the inside some of it if I need to. Kind of, you know, a little bit right here and a little bit. Okay. There. And then we'll do the Mod Podge, and then we'll do the, no, not Mod Podge, matte medium. Yes. No Mod Podge. I run screaming from that. And then we'll put on the gold, because this napkin already has gold in it, so that's neat. I wish there was more text on this page, but it's like a title page or something, so it has some, but when you put this on, it makes the text come through, so it's pretty on these flowers. Speaking of flowers, is anybody planting yet? I can't really plant for another couple of weeks. It's making me crazy. So I'm planting, but I still have to cover everything up. And it's the first year, and I have this huge yard, so it's like, oh my God, I don't even know where to start. I can't really plant anything near the house because I'm putting new siding on here eventually and painting and doing all this work. So I'm thinking, well, maybe I should just start with my fence because that kind of outlines everything. I don't know. So maybe I'll just do a fence this year. But I want to get a greenhouse right next to my garage. So I'm trying to decide if I should just buy a kit or if I should hire somebody to build me one or make Sean build me one or something. I don't know. I don't know what to do yet. But I feel like, oh yeah, I need a greenhouse because the deer here are really bad. And everybody feeds them, and I'm right in town. And so they eat everything you plant outside. So I feel like everybody's garden isn't pretty because they gotta put the fencing up and all this yuck because they've been feeding them, and then I have oaks in my yard, so they come to eat my acorns and stuff. They're always in my yard, constantly. So I feel like I just need a greenhouse and then plant like herbs. They don't like herbs usually on the outside, you know. Anyway, ooh, that's pretty, right? Love that. You can use gold ink too. Mine's just dry, so I'm just slopping on some paint because I have metallic, pure gold metallic paint. Hi, Cindy. How are you, honey? We're just doing, we are just doing parchment paper envelopes. You know, I make these periodically from the paper sale. If you got any parchment in your order. So I just lay something down on it, whatever I want to make it out of, rip it out, and then I sew it on the side. And now we're decoupaging, and then we're gonna, you know, put some schmutz on it, whatever. Whatever you got. I use that glitter paste a lot. I love that. Or I like the wax. You could wax it. Right now I'm just doing gold paint. You know, whatever. And then I forgot to script stamp it, you know, we gotta script it too. Gotta just layer it up with whatever you got around, you know. Resting, yeah, you've been working hard lately, I know. Miss Cindy, Altered Muse is her YouTube channel if you want to go see what Cindy's doing. She just ordered some stuff for me, and did a video today on there on all her signatures and tags and everything she bought in my sale, so that was fun to watch. It's fun, the excitement, you know, to hear somebody else's excitement is kind of fun. So here's the first one we did. It's kind of getting dry now, you know, a little bit. And here's the second one. I did the two birdies. See how they're different sizes, just depending on what you want to do, you know. So it's kind of fun. So we're just hanging out doing this, and I'm just letting these dry, and then I'll go back and sew them and maybe put my stuff on, whatever, you know. So I usually go take pictures and then post it in groups so you guys can see how they look and stuff, you know, and then you can try them if you want, or however we're going to do it here. Okay? I don't want to get this video too long because then people don't watch it, do they? It's like they want everything instant. So anyway, there they are, and I'll go post in group, and I'll freezer paper videos next once I get all this decoupage done, okay? Okay.